Welcome, everybody. This is Football Talk. I'm your host, Bo, and we are rolling into week 16. After having a little bit of a bounce back week, we're looking to extend that lead to finish strong this season in Pick'em. So let's go ahead and get rolling with the Thursday night game. I actually have Jacksonville going on the road to beat the Jets. The Jets have just kind of been trending the wrong direction. And with Wilson back as the starter, I don't think, as long as they can, as long as Trevor Lawrence can protect the football, I think they win this game. Obviously, the Jets have a fantastic defense, but the offense is naturally the question mark that they've had, especially in recent weeks. So if you can have a Jags team go out and effectively execute and not turn the ball over, I think they can get this win on the road. Saturday, you got the Falcons going in against the Ravens. I think the Ravens get it done at home. The Falcons are a scrappy team, but I think there's going to be kind of a resurgence of urgency with the Ravens, especially after this last weekend when Cincy took over the number one the first spot in the division. So I'm going to go with Baltimore protecting their house and getting a win. I'm going to go with Detroit on the road over Carolina. Carolina is it's a bad team, and the Lions have been playing extraordinarily well over the last 6 weeks. So I'm going to go with Detroit on the road. Buffalo, obviously, on the road in Chicago. That I think is going to be another snow game. But I figure Buffalo wins easily in that one. I got Cleveland over the Saints. This is not a super confident pick. The Browns have not looked fantastic, but the Saints have been so wildly inconsistent. I'm going to go with the Browns at home. I got KC also at home. Now, home field advantage probably doesn't really matter so much in this game against Seattle. Seattle's inability to stop the run and, realistically stop tight ends feeds right into, what KC is going to want to do, especially when they'll be able to feed Kittle. So I figure KC will get it done at home. Seattle's going to score some points, though. Although the Chiefs are way better than they've been in past years and probably a little bit underrated on defense, Seattle's offense can score points. And despite the fact that they're probably still not going to have a huge running day, I would imagine they're probably going to be somewhere around 65, 70 yards. That offense can get clicking and score right away. And so I think it'll be a closer game than most people think, but KC gets it at home. I've got Minnesota at home over the Giants. This is another New York team that's sliding in recent weeks. I know they got the win this last weekend, but it's over Washington, and that's one of those divisional rivalries that the records don't necessarily matter. It's just going to be whoever wants that game more. So I'm going to go with Minnesota gets done at home. I got the Bengals going on the road over New England. I don't see anything out of the Pats that makes me think that they're going to take on the Bengals at this point. I got Texas at home, Tennessee at home over Texas. I don't think Houston has much to offer at this point. They've been really good the last 2 weeks sticking in a game, but I think Tennessee can go ahead and, close this one out. And it's another, it's a game that the Titans do definitely need. I got San Fran beating Washington, and, that is probably also going to be a better game than most people give it credit for, but San Fran should be able to get this one done. Washington has shown some things through the course of the year that makes you think that they can, come in and surprise somebody just about any day of the week. But in this scenario, I think that San Fran defense pretty much shuts them down, and they get the win there. Now, this one's kind of interesting because Jalen Hurts is hurt. Whether he comes back or not, having a shoulder injury isn't great for your quarterback, especially one that moves around as much as Jalen Hurts does. So I'm going to take Dallas at home to upset the Eagles. But again, that really comes down to the fact that the Eagles are injured at the quarterback position. In this particular game, I might have taken Dallas anyway, since it's a home game, and both teams are having a pretty solid year. But yeah, so Dallas at home. This next one was harder for me to pick, and that was the Pittsburgh Raiders. So this one, I'm leaning towards Pittsburgh. I'm waiting to see exactly what the injury reports are, and so probably not going to see that today, what the official injury report is. But that one can kind of go either way. I'm leaning towards Pittsburgh at the moment at home, but if mostly just waiting to see that injury report. That one I may swing back to the Raiders side. So that one I'll let you know what my official pick is on that tomorrow. I'm going to go with Miami at home over Green Bay. Green Bay is trying to keep some sort of playoff hopes alive. Miami wants to forget about last week. So I think the Dolphins come out, get it done, and I think that will essentially close the book on Green Bay as a playoff contender this year. And then, of course, you got LA versus Denver. This is going to be just a terrible game. Neither team seems to be very good. Obviously, both teams are massively injured and have been underperforming. LA is already out of the mix. Denver, I think, technically is, I think they're out of the mix now too. Based on injury reports so far, I don't think either one of them, I mean, I know it's going to be Baker in LA, but I don't think Wilson is back for Denver. So I'm going to take Denver to win this game, but it's going to be a pretty underwhelming event, I would imagine. I got Tampa Bay on the road beating Arizona. Arizona's starting to look more like they've kind of just thrown the towel in on the season, and Tampa has everything to play for right now. So I'm going to go with the Bucks, get it done on the road in Arizona. And then, of course, we got the Chargers going into Indy. I think the Chargers will also get it done over the Colts on the road. It's an important game for them. It essentially almost assures that they get into the playoffs. So this would be a huge game for the Chargers. And even though you'd like to see Saturday have some success as the head coach there, I think the Chargers are just too much of the better team for that one. So like, subscribe, let me know where your picks align or are different than mine. We'll see you later today.